Alright, what is going on everybody? HT Jammers here, back with another Street Fighter V video, and in today's video it's going to be yet again another matchup knowledge video. This time we're going to be going over Kage, the newly additional character to the Street Fighter V ranks. But what we're specifically going to be looking at is how his V-Skill impacts Rainbow Myka in the matchup. Now this video will be pretty similar, if not identical, to the previous matchup knowledge video I uploaded, which was how Bison's new move Psycho Reflex impacts Rainbow Myka. And if you haven't seen that, I'll leave the video link to that in the description below so you can go check that out, as well as Myka's season 4 balance changes. But yeah, regarding Kage's V-Skill, it's a pretty versatile V-Skill, which we will go over that in general. Yeah, it causes quite a few problems for Rainbow Myka from what I've tested, so it is very problematic in that regard. But yeah, without further ado, let me start rambling on. Let me just double check that my buttons are all good to go, and we are all good to go as well. So yeah, like I said, to repeat myself, we're going to be looking at how Kage's V-Skill impacts Rainbow Myka, because it's got great versatility, or great utility in the matchup. Very versatile V-Skill. Yeah, first and foremost, if you haven't seen Kage, you haven't seen any footage on him, you haven't purchased him, which I'll be very surprised if you haven't, we're going to be going over his V-Skill, and this is what it looks like normally. So there is that version there, just pretty much kicks back, swings, and then he gets a general hit there. Now one thing to note, or something very important to note, is his V-Skill works in similar regards to Myka's dropkick. So there's basically, or essentially, there's two versions. So there is a non-charged version, which I'm doing right now, and then if I reset it here and charge it, there is a charged version, which if it fully charges and connects, it will basically launch the opponent, knock him down, allowing Kage to get some Oki there. So either way, if this connects, it's pretty beneficial to Kage. Now another thing to note is it has armored properties. I believe it absorbs one hit of, basically one physical hit, one projectile, etc, etc. But I don't know what frame the armor kicks in. Generically in Street Fighter V, armor kicks in on the third frame, but I'm not sure if this is a frame 1 thing or maybe later. But it has one hit of armor, which we will be going over that throughout this video as well, and how annoying it can be for Rainbow Myka, sorry. And also another thing to note, this was a third thing, if I turn this on here, the counter hit, there is a counter hit state, or it can crush counter the opponent. And I believe, don't take my word for gospel, I think this is the only V-Skill that can actually crush counter in the game. I'm not actually too sure, but if you do the non-charged version, it will basically launch the opponent, leaving him in a spinning state, so you can maybe get a DP, yeah, you get DP after it. But if you do the fully charged version, it connects as a crush counter, Kage gets a full combo from that there. So let me just try and show you this. 1, 2, oh god damn it, now my fierce button ain't working. There we go, and then DP. So yeah, and that does over 300 damage. That's kind of crazy. I think that's one of the few meterless combos that does over 300 damage outside of V-Trigger. But yeah, it's a pretty scary V-Skill overall. So it's very good for Kage, and I think it will have great utility in a lot of his matchups, if not all of them. It'll be able to do something against every single character. But yeah, that's just going over the general basics of his V-Skill there. Sorry that my tongue was twisted throughout that entire speech. But so what does it mean to Rainbow Myka, and how annoying, how problematic can it be, Jammers? Well, first off, we gotta test the fundamental stuff in the Myka matchups, because Myka's won a dropkick. So let's turn on the recording for the dropkick, which is right there. Okay, that's correct. So like I said, it has one hit of armor. So if you do the V-Skill, you slightly charge it, get the hit to be absorbed, and then you let go. And what that does is it leaves Kage at +2 frame advantage, which in Street Fighter V, that's no situation to be slept on, because that's a very advantageous situation for the attacker and a very bad one for the defender. But what that means Kage can do is he can basically go for a throw, which he's not in range of, so we're probably gonna have to walk up and do it, probably like a micro walk or something. Yeah, he can do that, but he has to condition you first. But the other option he has as basic is his crouching medium punch when it decides to come out, because it is 5 frames, I believe. So if you try to press a button in that situation, he'll get a counter hit. I'm not sure what his follow-up would be from that situation, but he can press it. It seems too far. I'm glad that his V-Skill doesn't leave you in, or leave him in kissing distance, because that would mean the throw becomes a really imminent threat. But I think you can press like maybe a light or two, maybe 1 light. So it's not that bad, but still +2 is not a situation to be slept on, because he does get the basic mix up on medium attack or throw. Now, the other thing I want to test out as well, which I've actually thought about this on the spot, is I want to see how much V meter that builds for him. So let me reset that there and then start building. Yeah, so that is not too bad. That's actually really good. And if you're using V-Trigger 1, then that's going to build quite a bit of V meter there. So be very careful against Kage using dropkick liberally. You're going to have to use it sparingly because you're basically giving him a lot of V meter if he gets that to connect. Like I said, if it hits normally instead of the +2 situation, then boy, that's pretty dangerous. That's pretty perilous there for R.Mika. Now, if I turn this off, the next thing I wanted to go over was... Actually, no, I need to turn it back on. What am I doing? I need to turn the V gauge back on. Another thing you need to know as well is, like, if you do the fully charged version, if you try and react to this, or Kage players try and react to dropkick with the fully charged version, he's still safe, but he's left at -2 instead of plus, which again, not a bad situation, but not a good situation against a grappler entirely. I've got Myka blocking in the recording here, but guessing in this situation, if she doesn't commit to her target combo or any button afterwards, she might be able to grab Kage out of his V-skill. So that would be pretty dangerous there as well. So Kage players, be very mindful of that. But yeah, so he's either at +2 or -2 or gets a knockdown. So there's not many drawbacks to using this V-skill, especially in a situation like this. Now, the next thing that's kind of scary about this situation is... do I need to turn counter hit on? Not yet. So his V-skill is basically it's V-trigger cancelable. So when you do it, you can cancel into V-trigger. So V-trigger 1, he's able to cancel, and I believe it is the same thing with V-trigger 2 as well. Yeah, so you can V-trigger cancel it. So hypothetically speaking, if Myka does a dropkick and he has V-trigger on deck, and he absorbs the hit with V-skill and then cancels into V-trigger, he should be able to get a full combo. So now that we're done speaking hypotheticals, let me go and test that right now. So that's on, and we're going to do it with both V-triggers. So, oops, not too early. Do not do that early, it'll be a crush counter. So yeah, the V-skill, and then, yeah. So he's allowed to get a full combo. He's even allowed to dash after the V-trigger activation, which is pretty deadly. There you go. So he does 223 damage there using V-trigger 1. And if we swap over to V-trigger 2, I'm guessing he's going to get a little bit more if I don't get crush counted. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason I say he gets a little bit more is because V-trigger 2 gives him access to a new move called Misogi, which is basically a hard knockdown move like Akuma's V-trigger, like V-trigger 1 DP. So if I do that, yeah, just that combo real quick. I should practice with Kage properly. Let me try one more time. Okay, alright, third time's the charm. Then we're not going to do it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, can't do it. But you basically seen the combo. Okay, I feel like doing it one more time. 1, there we go. There we go. So like that. So yeah, he'll get a good situation from it, all because he absorbed the hit of the V-skill, or sorry, of the dropkick, and then was able to activate. So you've got to be very careful using dropkick. So you can't use it in a liberal sense. You've got to use it sparingly in this matchup. Like I said, if V-trigger 1 or 2 is locked and loaded for Kage, then you're in serious trouble. Is there anything else I want to go over? I think in V-trigger 1, his V-skill becomes more potent. So if I double check, yeah. So he gets to charge it. It consumes the V gauge, and it does 100 damage there. But I mean, going up against dropkick, again, if we go over that situation right there, I think it'll just knock him away. Yeah, he'll absorb the hit, but he'll take a bit of health, and he only gets to do this twice. So I don't really see him doing this unless he has critical art available, because I believe, yeah, I believe V-skill in V-trigger 1, you can only cancel it into critical art. But let's try and test that out. Okay, I did that wrong there. Yeah, so he can only cancel into critical art. That does over 400 damage, and that consumes part of his V meter. So, damn, this V-skill's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this V-skill's pretty good. So seeing this kind of stuff, it's like, I know his options in certain situations are limited, but this is all just against dropkick. I haven't even tested anything else, to be completely honest with you. But you definitely gotta be careful if he has the right or the correct resources in particular situations, because he can inflict an abundance of damage against you as well. But like I said, if we activate V-Trigger 1 again, if he does V-Skill, it does consume the V-Gauge, and he's only got 2 attempts. I know he can do it like that funky teleport in V-Trigger 1 as well, but I'm only looking at the practicality of the V-Skill in this matchup here. And if we go over, I'm trying to think, have I got a recording of a jump in? I'm thinking the entire thing works on this as well. So, oh, okay. So you shouldn't, if you try and do a jump in fierce with Myka, or maybe a jump in roundhouse, and the Kage tries to anti-air with V-Skill, that's probably a bad idea, because right now from what I'm seeing, it's leaving him at -6, and or he either gets counter hit or it leaves him at -6. So that's not entirely good. It depends on your timing, but you don't really want to commit to that. It's probably better if they do the anti-air Shoryuken. Because yeah, you just don't want to be put in that spot, to be completely honest with you. I guess if you charge it a bit and then let go, yeah, you'll be able to get the hit. It's just not too bad. It all depends on your timing, but I really wouldn't recommend trying to do a V-Skill with that. I wonder if you can do it with V-Trigger 1 as well. Yeah, okay. Maybe in V-Trigger 1, the V-Skill will be a nice little anti-air, get that knockdown again. If we do the, yeah, cancel into super, then that'll be good damage there as well. Now, one thing I want to test as well, if I do double jump then dive bomb, I'm thinking again, I doubt that would be useful, but yeah, if you do it too early, I think you can absorb dive bomb and get the hit, yeah, but you're risking it. But again, it's useful. It's a risk, but it's useful either way. If you space yourself correctly, then the V-Trigger 1 is definitely going to work. I'm not sure about the regular one. The regular one, I don't think it'll work. Maybe if I hold it a little bit. Yeah, it all depends. It all depends on your spacing or the Kage player's spacing. But I don't know, man. I'm seeing this V-Skill causing quite a few problems, and I've only gone over 1 or 2 situations here regarding it, but it looks pretty interesting and pretty deadly at that as well. Oh, one last thing. I totally forgot. I should have done this at the start when I was talking about dropkick. Let's do the non-charge version. Actually, let's re-record that before we close things out. So if we do non-charge version EX Peach, again, just for argument's sake, and then we do that. I believe if you do get baited into doing the V-Skill, yeah, oh, okay, so you can. So yeah, you literally, so there is no drawbacks to doing it. You just press the V-Skill, charge it a little bit, and you can stop. Yeah, you can stop EX Peach. I wouldn't charge it all the way though. Actually, you can charge it all the way. So how about that? I didn't even know that. That's a situation I didn't lab earlier, but it looks like there's no real way around it unless you just commit to the bait and then block. Or not commit to the bait, because that makes no sense. You go for the bait, but then you can't commit to doing EX shooting Peach because depending on the Kage player's timing, you could lose. You could lose. He gets a knockdown, and then you could be again put in a bad spot. But then there's this weird scenario which I'm looking into now. But yeah, it's not good. Well, that's if they do it too late, and then EX Peach absorbs his hit of his V-Skill because there's 2 armored moves clashing against each other. So it's pretty interesting regardless. I know I went on a bit of a tangent there, but yeah, that's pretty interesting, and that's pretty much some of the stuff. Despite that last little scenario there, which I didn't really look into until just now recording, most of the other stuff I checked before and just had to go over it and discuss it with you guys. But yeah, that's just a fraction of the matchup. That's only one, area, one department, because there's actually quite a few things in this matchup that could be pretty interesting. But I don't think in the long run Myka will win this matchup, but it is doable. She can definitely fight this character. I do feel a similar vibe to when I'm fighting Kage as I do with Akuma, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was just to show you some utility behind his V-Skill and what the mileage he can get off it in certain situations with the jumping hard punch, dive bomb, especially dropkick. We were looking at dropkick specifically and talking at the V-Skill. But alright, so that's going to be it for the end of the video. Hopefully you found it helpful and insightful. Apologies for the tangent regarding that last scenario there with EX shooting Peach against the V-Skill. That's something I never labbed prior this video, but it's good to know. Shouts to my impromptu and looking that up real quick and adding it to the video for you guys. But yeah, you've seen how problematic this V-Skill looks so far. And this is, like I said, it's only been a small aspect of the matchup, and it puts Myka in quite a few perilous situations. So again, like I said, to regurgitate, use the dropkick and certain moves sparingly, not liberally, because this guy Kage can pack a devastating punch against this character. I will leave all the necessary information in the description below, as well as the necessary video links like I said before. The next Rainbow Myka video I'll probably be doing is a beginner's guide, because there's been quite a few people that have been asking how to play the character and where do I start. So I'm going to start doing a beginner's guide to Rainbow Myka very soon. So that'll probably be the next video, just giving you guys a heads up. I'll leave my social media outlets in the description below as well, my Twitter and my Twitch. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel and you want to, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, that's going to be it from your boy HC Jammers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next Street Fighter 5 video. So until then, take care, enjoy the rest of your day.